Okay, so today we're going to go a little beyond our exercises for manifestations. Usually, yes, we have the water manifestation, we have our affirmations, we have our vision boards. But other than your rituals, what are you doing to get prepared for your manifestations? And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to prepare for them and the most important kind of how to feel, get the feel for your affirmations. Because if you recall in The Secret and many other books, they said you have to feel it. You have to feel, that you have it. And we're going to talk about how you feel it or how to feel it. All right. So first, let's talk about how to get prepared for your manifestations. Getting prepared is like, okay, maybe you can't get the item or don't have the job or whatever it is you're trying to manifest yet, but what can you get for it to show that you're wanting it or you're expecting it to come to you? For me, I'm going to share two things. I'm going to share something for the cars I want and something for the dogs I'm actually looking for. And it's preparing for it, expecting it to happen. For me, with my two dogs, well, I don't have them yet, but for me, I have two dogs. They're Pomskis, which is a Husky and a Pomeranian mix. And I've been preparing for them for a little while. I've already have their names. Their names is Joy and Spirit. And I've already got some accessories for them. I do have their collars already, and these are the little, poop bags when you go walk. But I have their collars. The only thing I haven't gotten that I need to get, that I've been kind of procrastinating on a little bit, but is their name tags, because like I said, I already know their names. It's Joy and Spirit. I already know what they look like. One's going to be a brown and white with blue eyes. And the second was going to be general husky colors, like a black, white, and gray with bi eyes. So one blue eye and one brown eye. So it's like I already have what they're going to look like, but I'm also getting prepared for them. I'm getting their supplies ready because I know they're coming. I even got I went to a dog fair where they were having like different vendors for dogs that sell dog stuff. And what I did was get some of the samples. So these are like dental treats for their teeth. And so I'm getting prepared. I'm getting little things ready for them that I know that they're going to need when I get them. So that's one example of how to prepare for your manifestation. Another way, for example, is with the cars. Okay, yes, you might not have the money to buy the cars, but you can still get prepared for them. So what I did for the cars was my two main cars are my main dream cars. It's pretty much the Bentley Continental and the Maserati the Maserati Gran Turismo. And what I did is I have two little models of these cars that I display below my vision board. So they sit below my vision board. Some other things that you can use to get ready is my Bentley. I do have a Bentley keychain. It's a little worn because I've had it for a little while, but I have a Bentley keychain. It's showing that I am preparing to have a Bentley key with my keychain. And I also, you could do stuff like buy hats, buy shirts. I do have a Ferrari, Ferrari shirt that I went and bought. And I'm not a Ferrari person, but my husband is. So I'm preparing this so that I can one day buy him a Ferrari. So that would be a great present. So that is one of the things I do to prepare. So there's a lot of things you can do, no matter if it's a job, if it's a business, get your business license or get your name for it. If it's a house, this one is pretty cool. If you know the address of the house, get some address labels printed with your name and that house address on it. It's one of those things, it's like you're preparing, you're knowing that it's going to be yours, or you're knowing that you're going to get it. So make sure you're prepared for it. Okay, and now feeling. Feeling is a big one because you can pretend like you know what something's going to feel like, but unless you really know, how can you really create it? So let's say you're wanting, again, let's go with the example of the car. Do you know what it really feels like to drive a Bentley? If you're wanting a Bentley, but this is an example. If you can pretend like you know, and you can put that, but they're not true feelings. And so this goes back to one of the exercises I was talking about on the vision board, and is about going to experience it. Because you won't know exactly how it feels unless you actually do it. So to get that feeling for your item, you need to go and do something towards that item so you can remember those feelings, so you can really feel it when you're generating your manifestations. So again, cars, easy. Test drive them. If they are high-end cars, don't worry, there are ways to get around it, because I think the first one I did actually go to a Maserati dealership, because my husband actually did it for me for my graduation, and he was able to let one of the salespersons or get one of the salespersons to let me test drive one of the Maseratis, and that was awesome. Again, you know what it would feel. You kind of can think of what it feel like, but you don't know until you actually do it, and to actually sit in the seat, to feel the leather, to drive it down the highway or down the road. So it's awesome. But if you can't get to a dealership that's like an actual Maserati, Ferrari dealership, anything like that, or depending on what the car you have, and they won't let you test drive a new car unless you can show that you can actually pay for it. There are ways around that. Look for other dealerships that have maybe an older version of that car, or a car that has higher mileage, and most of the time they will let you test drive that car. And don't be afraid to ask, because the worst they can say is no, not that's time, and you just find another place. Don't be scared of a no, because you never know. If you don't ask, you just never know if you could have done it or not. So no matter what the car is, go test drive it. Go find one to try to test drive it, so you can really know what it feels like to drive that car. And that's for only the example to drive the car. Here's some examples of when I drove or did my test drives on my dream cars.
All right, YouTube, what's good? This is Johnny and my wife Starla. She's about to go test drive the Maserati Gran Turismo. Yeah, this is her second time around. You know, hopefully she likes it. Get back to you shortly. All right, my folks. Now she's getting ready to pull off, and this is her second Maserati Gran Turismo test drive. I hope she enjoys. Go ahead, Miss Brunts, do your thing.
How's it feel, Ms. Runt?
That was cool.
Has a nice system too and everything.
Okay, so the other thing is, for example, is my dogs. Now this I might be conflicting myself a little bit, because I do want a Pomsky, and I've been getting prepared for them, and I know what they look like, I know their names. But I also like Huskies, just the plain Huskies. And so I don't know exactly which one I want. So I think that's been slowing my manifestation down for those. But what do I do to prepare for that as far as feeling wise? Feeling wise, well, guess what? I go find one. Whether if it's at the shelter, at a pet store, I'll go there. If they have one, I'll interact with it. I'll visit it and get to know what it feels like to have that dog around me. And these are two examples of that. Pretty. I'm trying to get your eyes. Okay, that's my drink. You can't have my drink. Yes. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Boo-boo. Oh my gosh, you're soft. You're showing that.
And then we didn't name it. The dog that we had, it was all common, and all was out of nowhere. It would just like start licking you.
Oh, yeah. What dog? Those are the two things you need to do. You need to prep, have things ready for your manifestation, and you need to know that feeling, the feeling of really having it or interacting with it, not a feeling you think you will have. Just know the real feeling of interacting with your manifestation. So my friends, I want you to go out and I want you to get those two things ready, because that is telling God or the universe or whoever you feel is bringing this stuff to you. It is telling them that you are ready for it and that you are expecting it. So go out and feel and prepare.